Oh, I forgot Nigeria, my shirt.
Oh yeah, welcome to another episode of Formula One Fanatics. Kunle's putting on his Ferrari shirt, so I'll stall for just about a half a second. Oh, he's putting his Nigeria shirt away. Yeah, put that Nigeria shirt away, man. These suck. All right.
Throw it away.
So today we want to talk about front geometry suspension of McLaren and the fact that Piastri and Norris do not have the same car. And we're not making excuses for Piastri, but he doesn't have the same car as Norris. And I think maybe his manager, Mark Webber, should have told him to make sure he has the same car. So what I mean is that we know that the McLaren car has a lot of anti-dive. So that may basically, the front suspension is very stiff so that when it gets on the corners and everything, certain things like bumps and stuff don't cause it to go down to the earth. But the problem is that because it's so stiff and and the front has a lot of front grip, it makes the back a little bit loose. And this was bothering Piastri and Norris earlier in the year. And Norris said, man, this car just doesn't have the same feel it has as last year. And what McLaren wanted to do was to make the front more stable and stiff, sort of like how Red Bull and Max like to have a real stiff suspension and everything, because they like to have a sort of a narrow window where you can perform very well on high-speed corners. Well, anyway, to make it short, Norris got some help through the front suspension geometry, which somehow, I'm not a scientist, it gives you feedback and allows you to feel the grip better and allows you to feel the rear better through some sort of mechanism. I don't know. These guys are superstar engineers at McLaren. So that solved that problem. But Piastri didn't get it. And if you notice, when we've gotten to these later tracks like Brazil, Mexico, and now coming into Vegas, the tracks are getting less and less grip. And that's rear grip. And that's going to make the rear problem worse. And it's going to make it worse in conjunction with the fact that the front has a lot of grip. Because when your front has a lot of grip and there's low grip on a track, the rear is going to really struggle. And this is one of the reasons Piastri is struggling, is because of that. And what helps Norris is that he's confident because he has that front suspension geometry and Piastri doesn't. And furthermore, Norris is actually a high speed. He likes going into the corners fast, and he doesn't need he doesn't need as much rear stability as Piastri does, because Norris is a fronty driver. Piastri is fronty too, but Piastri needs to have rear stability to be able to really lean on the front. Whereas, like, Verstappen doesn't care about rear stability, and he's fronty too and does it. So to cut it short, Piastri is going to suffer because he doesn't have rear stability on tracks that have very little grip, whereas Norris, who already drives well with grip anyway and has the geometry, which gives him more feel. So that just multiplies. That's why Norris has been destroying Piastri. Last thing, Piastri likes to go through the corners like George Russell. He likes to drive smoothly and build up his speed through the corners. Okay, this is not going to help him if he has a car that's sliding and that he can't confidently apply his smooth driving style. So this is just an explanation. So, and the name of our show today is that they're not driving the same car because that front suspension geometry, which Norris had, has given him confidence and helped him win the championship. Whereas Piastri said he didn't feel he needs it. I think he does need it with that car, and especially on these types of tracks, because last year, these same tracks, Vegas, Mexico, Brazil, he struggled on these tracks. And one of the reasons is because of the low grip. What are your thoughts, Mr. Johnny?
Well, you said it all. But,
yeah.
I'm just wondering why, all of a sudden, now everything is like, not going too well for Piastri,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they switched. I mean, they did some testing on some cars, on their cars, and what's his name? Norris got the geometry and just that stuff that gives feedback and stuff, But I'm sure they could still do that all to Piastri's car. He could get that, and then he could be as competitive. But it looks like they've consolidated now. Whether
they've got what they want.
Yeah, and then so Piastri seems like he's now bending backwards now, or he's bending over now.
Yeah, for them.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, you should just say it clearly. We know it, and I agree with you. They souped up not that they souped up Norris's car. They did something detrimental to Piastri's car. It's not just that car had no pace in Mexico, and I think you said something. Maybe the engine settings, they had the low power setting. They sabotaged that guy, and the reason I know they sabotaged him is because I know that Zach Brown is a liar. He told that guy Alex Palou that he could come to McLaren when he already knew he was going to sign Piastri. So he's a deceptive, thieving American billionaire asshole, and so I'm not surprised that in the background he rigged it so that Piastri will get fucked up. If I were Piastri, I'll leave next year. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll cut in front of you, Mister.
Yeah, man. As in, that's actually it, because as Piastri is his, but if this weekend are they racing this weekend?
Yeah, they're racing in Vegas,
Las Vegas,
which has no grip at all.
Wow, man. So, it'll show if Piastri looks fucked up again or messed up again, then we know that they've consolidated, that, and that's for sure.
I was hoping you were going to come and watch the race this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I
here's
could
the
have.
thing. They've consolidated. And to be honest with you, on this track, Mercedes and Red Bull are going to beat McLaren. But the only way that we have to pray that somewhere along the line, Lando Norris has a DNF, because even if he comes fifth or sixth, it's still okay for him. And like you said, Piastri, and Piastri's not helping himself, because even though the car is bad, if he had taken that warrior mentality where he talks bad about the team and he doesn't double down and say, "Oh yeah, it's me, it's not the car," what's his name is right. If he had taken a combatant attitude, he could have still overcome even driving deficiencies and everything through a sort of warrior zen, but he doesn't even want to do that. What do you think, Kunle?
Yeah, Piastri has had a tough time with this loss of momentum in general.
Yeah,
and moving on, Las Vegas is not really one of his favorite circuits. In both 2023 and 24, he struggled significantly, especially with tire degradation and graining because of the
graining,
temperatures. So Piastri's difficulties with tire management last year were really, really bad. Andrea Stella is trying to say that, he's confident and they've learned from the races and fixed it and put changes, but, to alter the car's weaknesses, especially related to the tires and the aerodynamics and the setup of the car. So there are still ongoing concerns, regarding these fixes. And even Norris is a bit concerned. He's not 100% sure. And he's actually said that he's not really looking forward to the race, which has historically been really bad for McLaren here.
Yeah.
So for them to do well here would actually be a change from the norm.
You know what I heard? They were trying to change the times of the race so that the weather is warmer, because because the cold weather is not fair. They said not fair for McLaren. Bad. Can you imagine? They want to make the race earlier during the day so that the track is warmer rather than night. Man, these guys let me tell you, the British are so happy. They've gotten their champion. This is the worst champion I've seen since I've been born. Let's think about it. Since we've been born, it's been Schumacher, it's been Senna, it's been
Hamilton.
It's been Hamilton, it's been Verstappen, it's been Vettel, even Rosberg is 10 times better than Norris. Rosberg is like Super Norris. You get my point? This is the worst we've ever seen.
Nigel Mansell was the worst. He's the most boring person.
But here's the thing. Nigel Mansell had more guts than Norris, was a better driver, though. Nigel Mansell wasn't afraid of Senna. In fact, Senna was afraid of Mansell. You know what I'm saying? Because Mansell was like a tough guy. He was a tough guy. But, and what you guys were saying, especially what you said, Mr. Johnny, it was a total effort. First of all, they broke his mind by making him switch places. Then all of a sudden, his car was zero. Do you get my point? And then afterwards, they said, okay, now that his mind is messed up, we don't have to mess up his car, and then it'll look like it's him. And I'm being real. I'm not trying. I know I'm biased against Norris. Think about it, Kunle. Compare the last champions we've had. We've had, like I said, Hamilton, Verstappen, Vettel. And now you have this champion who basically won on auto drive. Basically all the cars. Auto drive. I'm not exaggerating. He basically won on auto drive, and he beat his teammate who fell apart after his teammate was destroying him. And then they made his teammate succumb to him after his pit crew fucked up. Can you imagine? Yeah. Your pit crew fucked up. So therefore, we should give you the place back because it's the team's fault. No, F1 doesn't work like that. There are teams within teams. His pit crew is Norris's team. It's not Piastri's team. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a collective. Yeah. It's not a collective. Their garage fucked up. And back in the day, if that had happened to Schumacher, they couldn't say, "Oh, switch over pits." Schumacher would go in the back and shoot every person in the head. He'll shoot his pit crew in the head because you guys cost me the championship. But this one, "Oh, we're sorry, Norris. We fucked up for you, but don't worry. The team is going to let Piastri, whose team did a better job at pit stop, they're going to let Piastri give you the place back." That's like, you know what that's like? It's like someone who steals a ball from someone, and then a bigger bully comes to the person when they take it back and say, "No, give it back to the small boy. You get my point? Give it back to the small boy. Give Norris back the championship, Piastri." You understand what I'm saying? And it's not his fault. So this thing is very dirty. But I'm going to end with this. You know who I blame? I blame Mark Webber. Mark Webber said he would never let what happened to him happen to Piastri, and he did. What do you think? What do you think, Mr. Johnny, about that? Mark Webber said that I will not let that happen to Mark Webber is the worst mentor in the history of humanity. What do you think, Mr. Johnny?
Well,
I'm serious.
About Webber, I don't know about Webber, but if I was Piastri, I would. If I notice that they're doing this stuff to me, I would crash into what's his name, Norris.
Norris, I'll crash and take him out.
I'll make it look like an accident. I'm telling you, man.
No, that's what I would do if I were Piastri. And I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. This isn't hyperbole. If it was me and I've lost the championship like this, I'm going to find a way. I said, please let me be on the same grid with Norris at the start of the race, and we're going to crash. And I'm going to say, Verstappen, you the man, Verstappen. It doesn't even need to be Verstappen. Let it be Leclerc or anybody to win the championship other than. What are you going to say, Mr. Johnny?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Any chance I get, whether in qualifying or along the race, I would just just make it look like a racing incident.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do because they did him wrong. So yeah, let's go to this. If I were Mark Webber, when they said that switch place, I say, Piastri, don't even come home tonight if you give that place back. I am not kidding. Piastri is so gullible. I've never seen anybody. And remember, I keep saying it. Earlier this year, they were calling him assassin, sniper of the year. This motherfucker is like, he's actually, I'm trying to find the best word for him, a school marm. He's like I can't think of a simile. Maybe you're better with words. Like, who is this guy, man? What is he? Is he Princess Diana or somebody? I don't know, man. Go ahead, Kunle. Last thoughts. Yeah.
It's quite sad what's happening to Piastri. I mean,
you know who Piastri is like? Piastri is like the wife who knows. Sorry, Kunle. Piastri is like the wife who knows her husband cheats. So before he goes for trips, she secretly puts condoms in his bag so that he'll be okay.
It's quite sad because it led for such a significant part of the season.
Yeah.
But I mean, can you imagine that it's been so bad that he hasn't finished on the podium since the Italian Grand Prix in early
August or July?
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine?
So early September. Yeah. So I mean, this drop in form, including his incidents in Azerbaijan and Brazil, it's cost him the lead. It's cost him the lead.
Terrible,
the dip in performance, is you have to question his state of mind now and his composure.
Yeah, no. At this point, his mind is shot. Yeah.
And even if you believe that, we used to believe that Piastri was able to handle some pressure well, but it seems this string of poor results may have taken a mental toll potentially.
Yeah, and also we don't know what's going on in the background. They may, like when you want to destroy somebody, like. You play with their mind, make them think they're crazy, poison their food. We don't know the culture of McLaren. There's so many things that they've probably done to him, which even though he is a strong person, everybody has their limit, which is why Verstappen has his dad. Verstappen's dad made sure that these people didn't do this type of thing to him. It's not just that Verstappen is strong. Verstappen's dad is with him every minute of the weekend. Every minute of the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is going to make, this mental toll on him is going to make him quite vulnerable to getting taken down by Verstappen because Verstappen's only 25 points behind. Imagine if Piastri has a DNF and Verstappen wins the race.
That's it.
That's the end.
And it's making me angry because Verstappen would have won the championship if Norris hadn't rebounded with that geometry bullshit, man. And
McLaren have a history of doing badly in this circuit. So, I mean, this is one of the circuits where
we have to pay for a DNF.
Verstappen is going to make his first declaration that I'm coming for the title. This is going to be the first race
But he needs help. He needs help. We need a DNF from Norris and Piastri. Please, Piastri, just go ahead and do it. Let's get out of here. But yeah, just watch out for Mercedes, man. That's another story. I'm interested to see what's going to happen between Antonelli and Russell this weekend.
Oh yeah, there's stuff building up, between.
Antonelli the Mercedes,
and it's going to spill over till next year because we're going.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Antonelli. I like that young boy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't brag at all. Antonelli never brag. He doesn't even pump his fist. So let's end with this. It's clear this might have ruined Piastri's whole career. And I believe he needs to leave next year. What do you think, Johnny? Then we end with Kune. Yeah.
Well, so I expect Piastri to win. I mean, if anyone of the McLaren, I expect him to win. This, and if he's not going to win, I have a feeling that it could be a DNF, and it to be caused by from inside, to be some kind of mysterious DNF.
I have a feeling because F1 is funny. I'm not even saying this is a circus. I'm not talking about the surface aspect. I'm talking about the mysticism. This shit can get crazy in Vegas. We never know what could happen. Norris might fucking crash out. Norris might get too confident and do something stupid. So let's keep our fingers crossed. This is going to be fun watching. Kune, take us out. Brilliant show, guys. Very good one.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to the exciting track that is the coolest track, the fastest track in America. That is the Las Vegas track in Sin City. And as we look forward to it, from myself and Johnny and Mustafa, we bid you goodbye, farewell, adieu. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Adieu. All right, guys. Thank you. See you guys. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Okay.
Thursday. All right. Okay.